Good evening slash morning slash whatever time it is for you guys out there. My name is Zen0bian and we are here live here on Speed Gaming 2 for another exciting FFR1 randomizer race. Joining me in the booth is Sunny. We've got race today between onefineday and Zen0bian, both sitting at 4-1. This is week 6, our final week of our Swiss rounds. And this may not necessarily be, both runners know they're going to be going through at this point in time, but this has the implication of if they get to go straight into brackets, the winner gets to move right into the brackets, while the loser dropping to 4-2 will have to play a play-in race to get in. So both know that this isn't the end if it doesn't happen for them today, but it puts them one step closer to the final destination. As you see, we've got a little bit of an interesting party mix here. We had a draft right before that went Red Mage, countered by Red Mage, Red Mage, ended by Fighter. So we're going to be getting going here very shortly, and we're going to be going anytime soon. Sunny, you want to say hi and introduce yourselves to everyone out there?
Good evening, everybody. I'm playing high just in time for that gate to drop fully. Our racers are off. Level 1 Fade, it starts out very exciting already, holy cow.
Fade in a red learnable spot. Life 2 also in the red learnable slot. Boy, you are incredibly happy to see a big sweeper and that spell available for them coming out right off the hop.
Yeah, and X for occupying that level 2 slot certainly could be a lot worse spells to occupy that slot, and rarely see extra getting used. So, not a bad thing to have.
That second slot, unfortunately, is white locked, so we definitely won't be seeing that, and our fourth slot in white is only for once they promote. Black Magic Cake, I guess, I think was probably the best thing there. Nothing special in black. But we've got Fade, so who really cares? And almost at the same time, both runners running up to Garland here.
Oh, that looks like a fun impact that One Fine Day encountered.
Yeah, both seem to hit that same encounter right off the go there. Neither of them seem wanted to take that one, but will look like they're going to take the second fight, both of them.
These are imps with gaze and trance. These are not fun imps.
That's an annoyance right off the start. Things that are just going to slow you down, make things really annoying, not be able to move, not do anything, just make life really annoying. This flag set, so this is our final week of Swiss. So that means at this time we no longer have an incentivized Fiend Dungeon, and that item gets moved out somewhere in the world. So we're running 3.5 loose, as I like to say. So 3 loose items that are anything that could be anywhere, and that what I refer to as the half-loose canal, which is somewhere out there within the inner sea.
Yes, indeed, and we already have a pretty big route divergence. Zen0bian deciding to say screw those imps and going straight to Vicky. Can't say I blame him when he's got Fade just right there.
No, that's a good call on his part. I think he didn't want to keep burning encounters to eventually get the RNG to get up. But One Fine Day did get there. Checked out the chests, got some gold for his trouble. Nothing overly special. He's gonna have to deal with some wolves before he's able to finally get to Garland, and Bicky gives the crystal.
Alright, so I'm not real sure where Bicky got that crystal from. I mean, obviously it came from Matoya, but how did he get up there? He doesn't have a ship anymore.
You can make the walk from Provoca to Matoya.
Yeah, but through all those imps, really?
Yeah, in this seed maybe not, but normally you...
And One Fine Day saves the princess and is rewarded with a canoe and a key. Oh, wow. This is the seed that is going to just give and keep on giving.
That's fantastic. We saw life at level 2 white as well. Jeez, all the white magic in the world. And nuke at level 2. Oh, our first 2 magics are stacked.
And just in case you really wanted it, there's Lock 2 there too. So, I mean, is there really a point to having any higher level magic?
And the best part is all that white magic that's important, fade, life to life, all gonna be that one night learnable as well. So like having life 2 on a knight, having life 2 on everybody is gonna mean that you can just, as long as somebody lives in Temple of Fiends, you're gonna be able to bring everyone back.
Yeah, I almost think that this draft was them playing chicken, but it turns out it's just going to work out extremely well for both of them.
Yeah, One Fine Day started by going Red Mage, and Zen0bian was like, "Oh, you like hats? Here's some more hats." And even if One Fine Day came back and said, "Fine, let's make it all 4 red," this would be the magic to absolutely have if you were going to run that.
No one expects to provoke an Inquisition.
No, not at all. So now we're gonna go over. Zen0bian's gonna turn in that crystal. First, we're gonna raid Matoya's closet, which is holding a canal because that always fits in a chest. Why not? And another like 20k and an adamant. So lots of stuff here early. Lots of good things to be turning in, getting in that extra XP boost and stuff along the way as well.
And the best part for most people, not me in this case, but for most people, is this looks like you're not even gonna have to touch Marsh.
Yeah, there's a lot that's open, there's a lot that's available, unless there's a loose that's somehow hanging, because we do have 3 loose, so you never know, but that's going to be a last place check, I suspect, given what we've seen already at the start.
With the luck that the seed's been throwing at our winners so far, I'm betting anything the loot's just kind of had down there hanging out.
That's always the one item you love seeing loose, is because it can literally be in any chest in the game. You know, unfortunately, the loot and the key are the 2, but I already found the key, so much to rain on that parade. But we can still hope for loose loot somewhere horrendously trolly. And you know, having that key already early, that might make someone think, you know what, there are some chests down at the bottom of Marsh. The game did give me a key really early. Maybe I want to possibly think about looking at those. But I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: if you're getting the adamant and you got the key, Zen0bian's making the exact right play for that. Just heading directly to dwarves. That's 3 out of the 4 things that you can get out of the way. Possibly all 4 if the dwarves are exceptionally lazy.
Here on One Fine Day's side, he spent all that money he got and starting to pick up some chain armor and bucklers for everybody, which is some good art. And there's our first loose hanging out in the 2 free chests of dwarves. We've got a loose chime and a loose crown. Here, take all the items that you want right now off the start. That loose chime is interesting.
It's looking like a jet seed.
All we're waiting for is that crown to turn into floater, and baby, we be flying quick. So far the worst enemies we've seen in terms of script or anything is really the annoyance that comes out of imps. But we still haven't seen any horrific damage spells or anything like that yet, so let's see what the enemy scripts are going to be rolling here as we go on.
Now, I think I saw poisonous sharks out there. I'm not super sure, but I'm pretty sure those sharks are biting for poison.
Oh, that would be fantastic if they are, though. I missed that while I was looking at something else. Zen0bian going back and making the checks here on... I think he still has to kill Garland here, which he's going to now, finally. So doing things in a little bit of reverse order, decided not to deal with those imps and such, did everything that the pirates leading to Crystal and all that went through first. So on One Fine Day is going to follow the logic of the seed that's been given to him. He's going to make his way up here to dwarves, probably find that loose I assume he's going to check the 2 chests, find that loose chime, get his crown, and then probably just walk straight south over to Astos and see what the kindly old king has to do.
I do have to correct myself just a little bit. Zen0bian is going to have to go back to the dwarves because he didn't get his key until after he was already there once.
Yeah, so a little bit of unfortunate that he'll have to make a double dip here, whereas One Fine Day already having that key is gonna jump all the way down and check these chests out and hopefully find something good to come out of here. So check the Dwarven Armory, we've got some cash, some less cash, slightly more cash. Oh, the big sword. Oh my goodness. Seed, keep on giving, please.
This is very rapidly becoming what is my trademark seeds.
I was just gonna say, man, I have watched some of the seeds that you've thrown out there, and oh, good golly, Miss Molly, you put some good ones out there for us.
Including one that I believe is a currently standing record for the tournament that was finished in 58 minutes and change.
That was a fantastic seed. If you didn't get a chance to see that match, that was Danny and Cheese. You have to check that out. So One Fine Day gonna tent up here, walk his way into kindly old king, and only gets a power gauntlet for his trouble. So our dream of the absolute jet seed giving us the floater right here can only be done if the old people, the old sages at Crescent have the floater waiting for us.
Or if Astos happens to have a airship just kind of randomly parked in his garage.
Yeah, let's see, anything bad? Nah, just some money and some soft. Yeah, nothing special.
Me personally, I will take that soft. I always like having a pocket full of soft.
Yeah, it's always nice that at the entrance right there in the first town of Corneria, you're always going to have access to soft and pure potions. They did get some decent change right off the hop too, so, between all these key lock chests and that, so they should be able to buy anything that they need. One Fine Day going to elect to check these chests, probably looking for a little more cash so that way he doesn't have to worry about. With this money, he'll be able to finance every spell and everything he needs here within Elflands. I'm going to check out a level 3 black. Here we've got Lit 3 and Quad X, because why wouldn't there be more good black magic right off the start?
Why can't I get seeds like this?
Yeah.
I was getting everybody else.
You gotta learn to roll for yourself, I guess. And we have red available exit. Oh.
Yeah, let's just give them all the good stuff. Why the heck not? We just need level 4 warp to put the cherry on the sundae.
Yeah, may as well at this point. Oh, level 4 white, nothing too special in there. Temper and fast available as well. Huh. Well, there we go. That's pretty much all the spells you could ever want at any time, ever, in the first 4 level.
Still missing warp, so...
Who cares? Exit's good enough. About the only thing... There's our floater, too, so the jet seed is available. You just need 56 grand or so to buy it, I think it was. Oh, this... My friend, you rolled a heck of a seed here.
Yeah, I do that.
The new maiden of Final Fantasy strikes again. So, One Fine Day has now seen that floater. He's 20-something K short of it. I wonder if this is going to be a quick trip over to Volcano Armory, see if you can pull the cash out of there, and then run back, get that, and be done.
Since exit is at such a low level. Volcano does seem like a good choice. Got some unrunnable Hydras on the way though, but really, who cares about those? We have Nuke.
Beefy though, they took that first nuke for 370 and said nothing about it.
And then had Heal 3 to top that off, so, just that tiny bit more annoying if Nuke low roll.
Yeah, that's just to chop themselves back up just that little bit. And here's some more of them, because they say you haven't had enough of me, right? Yeah, but back-to-back nukes should be more than... Or not! Okay, I'm sorry, did I... You have to look at One Fine Day's sprite that he's got for his massa, because it matches the absolute fantastic names he's got going on with his party.
That last Hydra seemed to have gotten a parting shot in, and apparently has poison touch, just because.
Anything else just to annoy you. And Zen0bian was so close to being able to purchase that floater right now, but was like $2,000 short. So, and just as we thought, One Fine Day is going to make his way here, probably go to the armory, check this free chest, and then go to the armory and be able to pick up whatever he needs to afford. And with the last bit of money that Zen0bian got here, he has the cash to be able to purchase his floater, and I assume we'll be beelining it to the Ryukon Desert.
I mean, there's good points and there's bad points to that to an extent, because I think that maybe you might just want to go ahead and sail to ordeals before you turn in the floater. That way you're that much closer to it.
That ordeals sail is a little bit tedious if you're sailing, like if you've picked up the floater and you're already kind of in the area, it's a good thing to do, but the flying back and forth is definitely faster, even with the...
I don't know. I know I'm weird. I just really like to avoid most of the land encounters. I'd rather deal with what's on the ocean. I'd rather have the poisonous sharks.
I will say, when I played vanilla all the time, I definitely did that. I'd even intentionally dock my airship right by where my normal ship would be at the Ryukon Desert and sail it over just so I could walk the fewer steps, even though it took longer.
So, just because it wouldn't be a sunny seed without a whole mess of unrunnable encounters, unrunnable Argoyles!
That's one of those encounters that people really don't like. They tend to roll a lot of hits, can do some damage, and if they ever roll a touch attack, it's just a mess. Meanwhile, we've got Frost Scorpions on the Zen0bian side, who's literally steps from being able to get into the air here. Unfortunately, that's a good trap tile that One Fine Day has found. If these go down with any sort of... two nukes isn't quite doing it, but that's a really good experience tile this early in the game to find.
I'm personally not a fan, purely because those zombie Ds have just never had anything good for me. But I mean, that's just my history speaking.
And the old sages here in Crescent give us a rod, one of our required items to beat the game. So we're getting there. I mean, we're only 18 minutes in. We're in the air. We've got found one loose, being a required chime. We've got a rod. I mean, we've got a key. Not a bad start. We've got a massa. We've got all the magic in the world we could want. And if we want to promote, here's a tail. Sarda has the tail.
That's like 3 or 4 times in a row I've rolled a seed and Sarda's had a tail. No, correction. The last time I rolled one, a fairy had a tail. It was a fairy tail.
Of course. The old guy just really wants you to do well, I guess. Zen0bian making the play into ice, while on One Fine Day's side, Cinema B pointing out the game changer, the Vorpal, you know, that thing that some people use, was found on One Fine Day's side. But, you know, the more important thing is he has a massa.
Oh, these birds, not friendly. These are frosty birds.
Ugh, they tend to come in big packs as well, so that can get real annoying. But thankfully Nuke and Fade take care of them before they can take care of us.
Well, I mean, at least the frost is in the right place. It's in the ice cave.
Finally being properly thematic.
And the birds are even blue, so I mean, hey, that's amazing.
Oh, and on One Fine Day's side, we find Wizzogres with Blaze that wipe him out. Ugh.
Also, unrunnable, what the heck were those things? Mucks, oozes? They were blue.
Mucks. Those were mucks. So, without warp, the ice cave takes a few extra steps. Not that many more. You just have to check this tile on the right to get the... You can't do the warp trick to go into the middle and pull all three, but you still only have to run through everything once. Once you full clear the last chests, you just drop down, get the item from the... Oh no, he didn't... Did he check that chest on the top left? Was that an accidental step into the void?
I do not remember him seeing that top left chest, no, so that could come back to bite him, or it could not. But either way...
That is a fantastic grind tile if he wants to take. That is the 1-2 fighter tile. That is a lot of experience for things that are typically not that tough to deal with.
The other problem with not having warp in Ice Cave is that there is a trap tile directly in front of the incentive chest that I personally have never had good luck with. It's usually had something that likes to punch me in the face really, really hard.
I'm surprised that Zen0bian isn't interested in taking a few levels on those fighters. Ooh, a ribbon in the 6th room chest here in the south. That's fantastic to find already as well. Uh-oh, here's those Blaze Wizzogres.
That did some terrible, terrible things to Zen0bian's party, but who cares? He's got life 2 on level 1.
Yeah, as long as one red mage survives, everything's fine. And once he's done with this, I could see him going to promote. And then as long as that knight survives, he'll have life 2 in very short order at level 15.
And odds are very, very good that topmost red mage is going to live, because that's the one that just got the ribbon, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's got that ribbon sitting on one of his life 2 casters at this point, so it's gonna take that 3 and 256 or just a whole lot of big spells to roll through to take him down.
Or it could just take something with Nuke, because that is a risk.
Yeah, Nuke don't care about your ribbons.
Oh, one fine day finding a quote-unquote fun encounter that you can't run away from, Nagas and water.
Ugh. That is good experience, but if they roll anything, if they roll high on anything, they can hit hard. It can be very annoying. Waters can be very taxing. Oh, that Naga's got some health. Oh, and an Excal found on... Oh, and the tile in front is a great tile as well. The sandwich station found. So he can be able, once he promotes... One fine day is going to orphan that red dragon chest on the left here. I guess he doesn't feel it's necessary. Hope that doesn't become an issue. So each runner has missed one chest in the respective dungeons that they've cleared. I wonder if the other will be able to pick up the pieces and see the missing information. Hope it isn't anything too significant.
Did I see this correctly? Zen0bian actually Did Zen0bian reset out of Ice Cave to go directly back to the volcano without walking out without Oxyale?
No, he just exited out. As soon as he grabbed it, he just cast exit, see you later, I'm gone. And blink and you miss it, Carrie's dead.
Oh, I blinked and missed Zen0bian's trip from Ice Cave to the volcano.
Yeah, he, thank God those things are only a few steps away, and in the airship it takes half a second to fly from one to the other. So, one fine day, absolutely destroyed Carrie. Nothing happened. Yes, Bert, that is what happened.
Carrie 1 is really, I mean, she's just a rumor. Doesn't actually exist. It's just a cave painting.
Slightly more noticeable than Lich 1, but you know, nothing too spectacular. So, one fine day now has all the money that he needs. He's going to make his way back over to Elfland. I assume purchase that floater and get himself up into the air in the next few minutes here. While Zen0bian's going to be full clearing out the rest of Volcano here. We didn't find anything too much of note in here. So, unfortunately, Volcano, outside of having the money that One Fine Day needed at the time, nothing spectacular.
I mean, it did, of course, have the fire orb totally unguarded.
That is true. You did get to light yourself a free orb. That was always good. Can never argue with that. Yeah, One Fine Day gonna pick up this floater, probably do a little resupplying, and then make his way to the Ryukon Desert and get himself up into the air. Meanwhile, Zen0bian taking care of some EXPs. They're another great source of experience. I'm actually surprised that Zen0bian didn't promote already, because he just hit 15. So he's going to start putting on charges for that night at this point, so he's going to miss a couple, although I'm sure he's going to make his way up just through a walking grind with how well he's been doing so far, up into the mid-20s. So provided he doesn't, provided he does his promotion by like 17, he'll still have all 4 charges available, but the earlier you can get those charges, the better, because Life 2 and Fade can, even on a night, I know you've got 3 other casters of it, but still, never count out a night with Life 2. That is an absolute saving grace.
He might just be thinking that a promotion just not really needed with all that amazing stuff just right there front-loaded for the red mages.
Yeah, I mean, we did dig out an X-Cal, so if he wanted to, he can throw that Masa on one of the... And now he has a Vorpal as well, so he would have some pretty good weapons that he could put on the red mage if he wanted to keep Masa on the... If he wanted to move Masa down and move X-Cal onto that night when he promotes. One Fine Day picked up his tail and is going to go raid the Cardia Isles and do his promotion at this time.
The Charizard's holding a ribbon, because of course they are.
That's... Here, have some more free things that you're obviously going to check. That's fantastic. 2 ribbons already found. 1 for each.
So there was a ribbon and a Zeus Gauntlet in that one particular cave. I look forward to seeing what the rest of the Charizards are hiding.
You know, because we need more things. You know what? That poor knight feels a little left out. He will get Fade soon, so he'll be able to join in on the mass AoE fun that'll be happening momentarily, I'm sure.
Oh, I mean, he could join in anytime. He's got the Zeus Gauntlet now.
Yeah. Just in case he wanted to be like, I want to cast a spell too. So here he goes. He's going to say, the great dragon, hey, look, here's a rat tail. The dragon goes, oh my god, you killed a rat? Here, get bigger.
Well, I mean, obviously that's a Mega Charizard. If it's X or Y, it's up to you.
Oh yeah, that's the original. That's the one you get right from Professor Oak that you've raised right from Charmander. So gonna finish out cleaning out the rest of the Cardia Isles, while Zen0bian's gonna finish clearing out the bottom part here of Volcano. Like I said, the one chest that One Fine Day left was the red dragon chest on Carrie's floor in the far left room. So be interested to see if Zen0bian checks that, and if that turns out to be anything that One Fine Day regrets. So far, the rest of Cardia holding ice armor, not bad. Can't complain about that.
It's no dragon armor, but I mean, beats a sharp stick in the eye.
Yeah, it's definitely better. It's better than iron armor. So it's not something you would necessarily want to take into the end game, but it's definitely doable to take into the end game. Obviously, Opal or Dragon would be much better, but you do with what you got. One Fine Day is going to take going into our deals next. This is the one place where warp would be a little more useful than exit. Obviously, being able to warp through the pillars, so we'll see how he does with this.
Yeah, I almost would have preferred seeing Waterfall over Ordeals right about now, since that's just an easier check. It's also right next to Onrak, if I'm not mistaking my geography.
Yeah, the only thing I could see if One Fine Day had done ice, which I'm surprised he didn't, being right next to Volcano, and had the Oxyale, you want to try and route both Sea Shrine and Waterfall in at the same time, since they're basically the same thing. I'm confused as to what Zen0bian was doing. He was looking for a fight, and the fight he got was Wiz Ogres with Blaze that killed 3 of his party members. Is he just looking to use Life 2 as healing?
That is entirely possible. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that, but there it is.
Yeah, that might have just been Life 2 is the greatest healing spell in the world, so we're just going to use it. That would be my guess.
Cave painting is stun touch.
Yeah, but Nuke takes care of the cave painting and erases it from the wall. And with that, at the 30-minute mark, just before the 31-minute mark, Zen0bian's got his first orb lit up. It's One Fine Day. Yeah, and both of them skipped Red Dragon Chest. I think they were both turned off because that Agama tile that guards that Red Dragon Chest that you would have to fight twice was the Water Naga tile, and I think they dealing with that 2 times. I think both of them said it just wasn't worth the risk.
Oh yeah, that would certainly be enough to have me go ahead and orphan that. That's very much not worth the hassle.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where you're kind of going, I really, I'm just going to gamble that this one chest is not going to be where a required loose item is. But we obviously won't know that until we get very, very late in the game, and we're still looking, if we're looking for one of the 2 loose that are still out there at this point.
So, Zen0bian did finally get a little bit late to the party, but he did arrive to the promotion train there, finding another ribbon.
Yeah, he's going to get his second ribbon, pulling that first one out of the bottom of ice here. And he's going to get that Zeus Gauntlet as well, so he's going to be well geared already at this point. Excal, Masa, 4 pull, 2 ribbons. There's all the magic in the world that you could want. He's probably feeling pretty good about his chances right now. It's just this right now is a treasure hunt. It's going to be whoever can piece together where these loose are first is the one who's going to have the advantage, because they're both going to be absolutely loaded for bear when the time comes. So One Fine Day through the Pillar Maze here, finishing out Ordeals. Gonna check the last set of chests here. Nothing spectacular.
A bunch of scrap metal and kindling in the top chest.
Zen0bian not far behind. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna check. He's gonna be going to Ordeals as well. We get the ruby, so we're gonna go feed the Titan's addiction and see what he gives us.
You know, I always like to think that Titan has the same voice as the stone giant in Star Fox Adventures. Nobody ever brings me candy anymore!
Just a somewhat angry Scotsman.
And a much happier Scotsman once you actually give him the little stone token he eats. A little bit of a high five from our runners as they essentially trade places.
Yeah, crisscross their way here. One Fine Day leaving ordeals while Zen0bian getting there. One Fine Day, obviously part of Team Stay, he's going to eat this Tyro, which I believe is, with the weapons and equipment that he has, is the right call, because he'll be able to kill it so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm usually on the side of the fence that says Tyros are friends, not food, but I mean, when you're handed a steak knife and it's right there.
Yeah, if you've got all the magic in the world to nuke it and a big knife to take care of it, I'm on team does it make sense. I'm never gonna not take it if I have the stuff, but if I don't have the things to deal with it, I'll walk away.
I mean, you got the nukes to flash sear it, the knife to cut right on through. All we're missing is a little bit of seasoning, really. Oh, but wait, we've got Fade. Perfect.
There you go. Toss on a little white salt with it, and everything's good to go. So One Fine Day gonna make the waterfall check here as well at this time. Zen0bian I could see following up right behind here. They're just going through all their incentive locations at this point, which is why I was a little surprised One Fine Day didn't do ice right away when he was done when he was done getting his floater. It's just a quick shot north from there, from when he got his floater to do it. But either way, kind of going in a slightly different order. Zen0bian with a very slight lead, having already cleared out ice, which is the longer of the dungeons. But boy, this is really going to come down to, if they're both going to be checking the same places, it's going to be an absolute foot race. Once that first divergence come, which divergence is going to pay off?
I mean, they really don't have a choice but to check the same places. We are still missing 2 loose items, I believe.
Yeah, this is all about getting all the incentives out of the way, track down as much of it as we can, and then see how desperately do we need to check chests, because if we find a couple of bonk items out of all of these turn-ins, then that means that both are loose will be required, whereas, otherwise we might only have to be looking for one loose once we check off all the boxes in terms of the incentives. So got ourselves that robot down there, was very, very lonely and had some TNT. I don't want to know why
that was obviously a Turbinator, and he handed us one of his power cores.
Yeah, that's I don't know why he had it, but he had it.
We got Fiends coming back from the past, so why not a Terminator coming from the future?
Absolutely. Just everything happens. FFR, where time doesn't make sense. So One Fine Day, I assume after this is going to complete out the round of all of the various incentives. At this point, I believe all he's got left is ice, and then to chase down the respective fetches that came from it.
There's that level 6 warp, because why not?
That's going to make ice a little bit quicker. Now, while we know there's nothing loose down in the bottom of ice, there is a second ribbon sitting in the 6-pack chest, where in the southern part where the Frostwolf tile usually is. So if One Fine Day goes,
I hate to cut you off, but we also don't know what's in that upper left chest.
That's true, because unfortunately Zen0bian took a misstep there, so there is that one chest that we don't know as well. So that first One Fine Day is going to feed the Titan, going to chase down this Ruby, see what it becomes. I think One Fine Day is playing for I really don't want to go to ice.
Unfortunately, going to have to go to ice, because that's where the Oxyale is hiding.
Yeah, gets an herb for his trouble here, so I assume we'll follow the various fetch quests between TNT and herb that are remaining. Sonny, one of your favorite games, how many times are you going to go to dwarves? I think in this one it's only going to be 2 for One Fine Day.
It's 2 for One Fine Day and 3 for Zen0bian because he didn't visit with the key the first time. So
Yeah.
2.5. I'll take an average.
So we got a cube there out of the TNT, which is one of our required items, which is going to make One Fine Day very happy. Going to turn in this herb to the sleeping prince, give it to the doctor. By giving it to the doctor, that magically makes the prince himself wake up and womp womp for hammer.
If this were not such an amazing seed for magic, I would be very happy to see that Thor hammer, but unfortunately it is a very amazing seed for magic, and thus that Thor hammer is really just a electrified pile of gold, effectively.
So, with the process of elimination that we have, one of our 2 loose is going to be required. One of our 2 loose is going to be required. We're going to have either bottle, some combination of bottle and slab to loot, and the other to opal bracelet. So we're going to be digging chests until we can confirm whether we get that loot straight up or one of those fetch quests leads us to that final loot. And that means it can quite literally be in any chest in the game.
Almost any chest. It cannot be in Topher. It cannot be in the past.
Yeah, anything before our end game, but hearing calls for loose loot and red dragon chest, that would be very cruel to both of them since they both skipped it.
I'm gonna hedge my bets. I'm gonna say One Fine Day is actually gonna find the loot in that chest that Zen0bian missed.
Oh, that would be an absolute game changer. That would put One Fine Day absolutely miles ahead. Because that will be one of the final checks that unfortunately Zen0bian would do, and that'd be a horrendously terrible way for him to lose this race.
That would be if Zen0bian even remembers that he didn't check that particular chest.
Yeah. If you want to be cruel to Zen0bian, that's what the answer is. If you want to be cruel to both, the answer lies in Red Dragon. Tyrannix herb came from Incentive Titan. So One Fine
Day also not checking that chest.
No, he's warp tricking. Yeah, he's warp tricking to check these, and it's just a house, so Zen0bian dodges a bullet. He will, however, feel bad that he didn't get a free house, because I'm going to tell you right now, I would kill for a free house.
You know, it's not the house that's going to be really valuable, it's the land it sits.
I would take either right now.
I mean, you put the house on pontoons, have a houseboat, right?
Yeah, probably beats what I'm living in now. So One Fine Day finding that fantastic grind tile here. He's already in the early 20s though, so I have a hard time thinking he's going to be interested in doing anything other than a walking grind. He's still got all of sea, he's still got all of sky, and we're going to be checking chests for a while, so the probability of him getting his endgame levels just by walking is going to be really good. He's going to pick up his second ribbon here as well.
What's our actual bets? What are our items gonna lead to?
So we've got bottle and slab that in some combination are gonna lead to either opal or loot. So we could have a loose loot and then bottle leading to slab leading to opal, or slab to bottle to loot, or any of those combinations. That's, yeah. The unfortunate thing is going to be if you pull, say it's not directly loot, and it's bottle or slab, you have a decision of, am I going to just forego the rest of what I'm doing and instantly run and look at that, stop looking at chests for the dungeon I'm in? Like, say you pull that out of Sky 2. You know, are you going to check the rest of, or Sky 1? Are you going to check the rest of Sky? Because you're banking that you're not going to, you know, that other loose, you know, you pull the bottle, what if that turns into opal? So you could be checking chests for a while still to make sure that you're finding everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Just assuming you're in go mode can definitely come back to bite you in a big hurry.
Yeah, until you're absolutely confirmed with 2 loose, you'd have to be making a lot of gambles. And one fine day, gonna pick up Fade in Life 2 on that night, because why not?
I'm liking the Earth play by One Fine Day. I love seeing Earth because it has been a very reliable place to find loose items.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a. I'm interested to see if this is going to be a first floor check or if this is going to be a full clear.
I mean, if you're already here, you might as well full clear. There's no reason to run away and have to just come through a second time.
Yeah, the only annoying part is the bottom floors are a little more spaced out in terms of chest density in that. Dragon armor.
Hey, there's some dragon armor, because why the heck not? It's giving us everything else today.
Oh, yeah, this is 100% now. Once we find our final go mode item to find that loot, this is not another chest will be open. Damage poison cobras, because why not?
Because it's a sunny seed, that's why.
More fantastic things coming out with a couple of ribbons there. That's not horrible. You've already got some good levels, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Just a resource drain. I will say the one thing to have made this the absolute magic god seed would have been Cure 4 at level 2, but you know, you can't have everything, I guess.
So it looks like Zen0bian is about to go pull Kraken 1, the first actual boss of the game. If you don't count the imps.
Yeah, they seem to be the first real boss. I was kind of jumping back and forth, and I was actually going to ask that, Jonathan Yoshi, did he check all of the chests on that floor?
You know, I'm not especially sure. I don't know that he missed any, because I haven't memorized the Sea Shrine map, to be perfectly real with you. I thought there was a Kraken there for a second, but it must have been a trick of my eye.
Yeah, Kraken apparently forgot to pack on the beef. Yeah, the only one I was thinking that he might have missed was the one behind the trap tile in Sharknado room. I do know he cleared out the south side of Sharknado floor. But I don't know if he pulled the actual one behind the trap tile or not.
We are getting reports that he skipped the one behind the ogre's trap, which, depending on what the ogres were, might have just been a case of get me the heck out of here.
Yeah, if they were the Wiz Ogres with Blaze, he might have just said, I don't want to deal with that multiple times. I don't believe he bought Warp, so he couldn't just check that tile and then warp back to the start of that floor, which is something that One Fine Day will be able to make use of through this, is he can check some of the more out-of-the-way chests and then warp back and run through, which can be quicker in some instances. So One Fine Day going to clear out the Earth 3 here, while we've got Zen0bian doing right side of C. Going to be checking out, probably going to TFC. Yeah, it looks like he's going to TFC here. A defense sword on One Fine Day's side on that out-of-the-way chest to the right on Earth 3. That's a fantastic find. Yeah, he does have both Oxiel and Rod on his side. Just hopefully we'll get those lit up here momentarily for you guys. So far, nothing special seen out of C. Defense here pulled out on One Fine Day's side, which is a fantastic pickup for him. That's once you have defense and power gauntlet, you feel confident if you have to one man, but you'll never have to one man when everybody has life too.
Yeah, this is a siege where you'd be kicking yourself very quickly for trying to Dan any of these characters.
Yeah, you have Nuke for days, you got Fade for days, you got Life 2, ugh. Yeah, there's everything that you could want to...
Including unrunnable werewolves and gerwolves. Because why not, right?
Well, thankfully, all they've got is Glance at this point, so we should be fairly magic defensed up to not have to worry about that.
Oh yeah, they're not threatening at all, but the fact that they're unrunnable. So you have to go through all those animations.
Yeah. The level situation for both here is absolutely fantastic. They're both in the low 20s. They're both doing a great walking grind. One Fine Day doesn't even care about healing people because Life 2 is the greatest heal spell in the world and he's got it for days. So he's literally just going to run it until people die and then bring them back. So far, Mermaid's showing us nothing spectacular.
That's because all the spectacular stuff's been found already.
Yeah, that's very true. Pretty much about the only things I think you could hope for at this point is a third ribbon and an Aegis shield.
And I think that's, I mean, aside from a loose item, potentially, maybe, probably not going to happen, but it could...
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You're looking for, at this point, in terms of equipment, it's Aegis and the third ribbon. Other than that, you're just looking for your one of your two loose, if not possibly needing both of them at this point in time.
One fine day, having a big old bowl of Count Chocula, gonna check his closet and find a suit of iron armor. Not really interesting, anything interesting.
Yeah, so Zen0bian 100%, well, almost 100%, we believe, cleared out C, just orphaning the one chest behind the trap tile, we think, and unfortunately got nothing.
So where could these loose items possibly be? The seed seems to have been maybe hinting at going to Mirage since it gave the chimes to dang early.
Yeah, it's the next statistic play is 100% Sky Mirage, but you know, it's really gonna depend. The only way someone gets a really big lead is if there's something in Marsh and someone makes an absolute gamble to go there for it. Because right now, I think they're both going to be doing, essentially following in each other's footsteps, kind of crisscrossing as they go, making the obvious plays, doing Fiend Dungeons and that. Marsh will end up being an absolute last check. The one thing that One Fine Day may be able to catch up a bit of time on is if he decides to go Sky versus C, because we've seen that unfortunately Zen0bian full cleared C got nothing for it.
Yeah, they got an orb of water, so they'll never be thirsty.
Yeah, but you know, at this point, we really need that. This is, if you want to say like, okay, this person has a lead at this point in time, it's 100% who's going to find that loose first, you know, and or potentially maybe having to find, you know, whichever one it is, you know, whether it be the slab bottle and hopefully not having that bonked the opal or whatever. But I mean, blink and you miss it. There was apparently a lich there. Nuke happened. It was over.
No, that's just a rumor. There's no lich there. Never been a lich.
So one fine
Earth Cave doesn't
day-
have a boss.
One fine day is gonna make the sea play over sky. Interesting. There's more chests in sky, and I'd say probably and better density of chests, faster to clear out. But decides to go sea. Heal 3 in the one available slot here at level 7. So, because why not have anything great?
I mean, really, there's no reason not to if it's available.
Looks like One Fine Day is saying, you know what, one of those red mages can continue kissing dirt for the rest of the seed. If we 3-man, we're still going to have all the power we need. So
and
he's
that's
going to
really
be
completely fair, because if one of those 2 red mages runs out of magic, well, just raise that 3rd one and rotate him out.
Yeah, you're going to have... There's already more than enough firepower between everything that you've got right now. You can afford to do 3-man and really buff up that knight. Once that knight gets rolling on a few more levels, you should be more than capable of taking care of it.
The only part I might possibly disagree with is the fact that Temper and Fast are on the same level. So, I mean, you're going to run out of charges for those pretty quick unless you've got all 3 casters sitting.
I suspect once we get into Temple of Fiends, we're going to see that 4th Red Mage make a recovery, and he's going to have, I think he's got 4 or 5 charges on that level of magic, so he'll be able to help enough. I mean, realistically, you only need 3 charges of Fast between your spellcasters, one for Kraken, Tia, and Chaos, and the rest can be devoted to Temper.
So, I kind of blinked and missed something over there on Zen0bian's side. Something made a statue out of that knight. I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah, I missed that too. I just noticed him dropping the soft on his character. Chat, can you tell us what the heck Stone Zen0bian's knight?
I get the feeling it might have been a Stone Touch Gerwolf, because that's what he was fighting at the time.
He's got 2 ribbons. I would have to assume he put one of those ribbons on his knight, so it must have been a touch. It was a Gerwolf. Huh, very nice guess, Sonny. Logical deductions.
I would like to take this time to welcome the raid from Speed Gaming 4, a raid of 136? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring 2020 Tournament Week 6. Chaos Week. One Fine Day versus Zen0bian.
This is the seed that gives you everything you could ever want for magic and for pretty much everything you can hope. But the one thing we're missing right now is we are on a treasure hunt. We are on a treasure hunt for something that ends in the loot. It could be that it is the loot itself, or a fetch quest item, either our bottle or slab, that'll turn into loot. So we're on a little bit of a hunt, and right now both players are doing the things that the other player has done. So we're not covering any new ground at this point. We have full cleared Volcano minus the red dragon chest that got orphaned. We full cleared Sea minus the chest behind the trap tile on Sharknado floor. One Fine Day has not gone there yet, though. He's elected to go Mermaid side first before going to Kraken side, which, when you have 2 loose items, a lot of people say if you have 1 loose item, you go straight to Kraken side and take care of that. If you find the item, great, but when you have more than 1, then you can make the argument for going Mermaid side first.
He's also got warp, so, I mean, he can make it back from this particularly long walk pretty quick.
Yeah, he's gonna check these chests and probably jump all the way right back and then go straight to the left side. At least he's got a few chests left on this floor to clear out. I don't believe No, he hasn't done the rest of this floor yet. He's just got a couple of chests left here, which we know unfortunately lead to nothing. But the one big thing that both players haven't done, which I think a lot of people are a little bit unsure about, is neither has gone to Sky. You know, we've had the Cube and the Chime for quite a while, and they've both elected to make checks that are a little more unorthodox. You know, a lot of people will take the Sky, take the chest density of Sky over either Earth or Sea. But both decided to be making those plays, thinking that, we've heard so much Sky, that, no, it's not going to be there. It can't be there. I'm going to be the cheeky one. I'm going to be the one who makes a little bit more unorthodox play that gets me ahead just that little bit. But the way it's turning out right now, it looks like our loose items are either in Sky or in Marsh.
I'm very much on Team Always Marsh, so just to be especially trolly, I'm going to say both loose items are down in Marsh.
And the trolls will agree with you about being trolly. Yeah, Zen0bian has a very slight lead by a couple of minutes. He's already cleared out all the dungeons. He's got a couple of small checks here and there to do. I think he's got to do a few I'm not sure if he's done all the turn-ins yet or not. But, actually, he may have. I'm not 100%.
I'm reasonably sure he has. So
yeah. So then now
Zen0bian's definitely got a pretty heavy lead.
Yeah, he's got about 3, 4. I know he pulled the herb. I know he went to Titan and he got the herb. I don't know if he turned. I'd assume if he got it, he must have went down and got his Thor hammer for it.
I'm pretty sure I saw him visiting Link's cousins.
Yeah. So, but the only thing that has the potential to come back and bite him is if that chest behind the trap tile in the upcoming room in Sharknado, if that's one of the loose, because that would be one of the orphan chests that Zen0bian left. So Zen0bian now going to be clearing out first floor Mirage. This is new territory, so this is things we haven't seen. So he's got to be hoping he's going to be pulling a loose item from here in the near future. The question is, I would assume if he pulls something that's a fetch quest item, does he go and chase that down super quick before checking the rest? Meanwhile, while that's going on, he first has to deal with these Transfire 3 Catmen.
Because that's a fun encounter.
Yeah, this is another fantastic trap tile. If there's ever a seed that you wanted to have...
Hey, ribbon number 3, sitting right there on the bottom floor of Mirage. Yeah, totally.
Well, that's all of them. That's everything you want.
Almost.
If you ever wanted to grind,
shield, I think.
Yeah, that's the last piece of gear that you really need. That you'd really, really want in the checklist of things. Like, there's been a lot of really good trap tiles in this. If they ever wanted to grind for anything, you've had a lot of good trap tiles to do it on.
Nah, still haven't seen Gur Medusas. That's my tile.
Fighter tile, Saria tile. There's been a lot of good tiles. That fighter tile is a fantastic tile. If you ever want a black belt grind, see what Gregory Puff did today. Poof. A masterclass. I will
have to go check out that VOD. I missed the game.
Yeah, I won't say who won, who did what, but all I will say is, if you want to watch how to grind a black belt properly, wowza. Gregory Puff put on a clinic. And we've got a raid from the FF Master himself, Gyre, coming in with 156. Hello, sir, to you. Everyone that you bring. You're welcome to this 2020 Week 6. There's our Aegis Shield, the final piece of gear that you could want.
All we're missing now is that loot. I don't care about the bottle, I don't care about the slab, I want to see the loot.
Yeah.
But I know, in my heart of hearts, that loot is just hanging out in Marsh Cave. It's probably hanging out on the upper level of Marsh Cave. And that very first chest, these runners could have had it an hour ago.
Yeah, and that'll be one of those things that if they pull that out, will they be sitting there going, I've made some less than orthodox play. I have gone to Earth, I've gone to Sea, I've foregone Sky. Did my opponent make that cheeky marsh check early, and are they about to dot done because everything else has been thrown at you? For those of you just joining, this seat has given you everything in terms of magic, in terms of equipment. It has done everything that you could want. Everything has literally been gifted to you at this point. Level 1 Fade, Level 1 Life 2 learnable by everybody, Level 2 Nuke, Fast, Temper, Exit, Warp, everything that you could want within the first 5 levels. I think Warp ended up being 6, but outside of that, everything else that you wanted was available to you. Progression.
It hasn't been making you work for it, though, because the enemies have been especially trolly today.
We have seen a few trolly enemies in that, but we've had,
we've had
a lot of
fiends
good
made of tissue paper.
Yeah,
we've had
all
a
3
whole
fiends.
bunch of unrunnable things too.
Yeah, the unrunnables have been the most annoying things because all 3 fiends have had under 600 hit points, easily under 600 hit points. Hey, there's a Sun Sword, so if you want to round out your Vorpal Excal Massa Sun to have all of the melee weapons in the world, now you have all of it too.
There was also a shirt from Hot Topic sitting around in there, but really, who cares about that?
Yeah, I believe One Fine Day did orphan that chest as well. So there are 2 chests that both runners have orphaned, and that would be the Red Dragon chest in Volcano and the Sharknado chest behind the trap tile. That one single chest available there that both have missed. So, boy, if anything looses in either of those, this will be very interesting to see who remembers which chests they orphaned. Oh, they did check the one behind the trap tile there?
Zen0bian skipping basically that second floor of Sky.
I think this is going to be a play where the chest density of floor 3 makes the most sense. You go and you check all of that floor first. It's a little more annoying for him because he doesn't have warp, but usually what you would do is you'd come in, you'd check this floor, and then warp back, and then if what you don't find there's okay. So now we have confirmation with our opal bracelet being found. We're either going to be picking up the slab or the bottle. The other one will turn into the other, either slab or bottle, and it will culminate finally in finding our loot. So we have found our second loose. So now we're looking for that third. And we know at the end of that fetch...
I am betting it's going to be a bottle, because that would be the ultimate troll and make you travel the longest.
Bottle, then all the way back to go translate your slab, and then come all the way back to Lefane to walk it down to finally get your loot. So it's going to be something to that effect, where we know that this fetch quest chain is going to end in our loot. Now, the question is, where is that fetch quest item going to be?
I maintain it's hanging out in Marsh. I'm betting it's just that first top level chest. It's just going to be sitting there.
We've only got Sky 2 left to clear out on Zen0bian's side.
Did One Fine Day just leave that Aegis shield behind?
Yeah, he probably doesn't care anymore. He's got more than enough junk ready equipped.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily blame him, but still, it's right there. Why not take it?
Yeah, we've got like 9 or 10 chests on this floor, and after that, it's Marsh. Or that one orphaned red dragon chest. Yeah, at this point, the Aegis shield doesn't have as much value because you have a ribbon. so it's not a big deal. And you know what? Let's keep the raids coming, people. We've got Speed Gaming 5 coming in with a raid of 36. So, hello and welcome. This is week 6, our final week of Swiss, the FF1 Randomizer Spring Tournament. My name is Ilmars Ubermuller. Joining me here in the booth is Sunny. We've got Duchess for Kyle Sama tracking for us in the background. This has been a heck of a seed so far. It's given you all the magic you wanted. It's given you all the equipment you've wanted. It's given you pretty much everything you wanted, except for we're searching for our last item, which is either going to be bottle or slab, which is going to turn into the other, which is going to turn into our loot. That's all we're missing at this point in time.
And the seed has also given you untold number of things that you really don't want, like unrunnable things that happen to have very unfriendly things. There's a katana. Nobody really wants that. That is a sword-shaped pile of gold at this point that really isn't even needed.
This was a drafted party, so everybody decided hats, and red. That was one fine day opened up. Started with Red Mage. Zen0bian said, "You like hats? Here, have some hats." There's 2 more Red Mages, and one fine day rounded it out with a Fighter. This draft couldn't have been... If there was a time you ever wanted a draft like this, this was it. This was everything you could want. All the magic, Fade, Life 2 at level 1, Nuke at level 2, Temper Fast at level 4. I mean, you name it. All the spells that you want are available. And
just for a bit of hilarity, our runners are on the same floor. One of them basically saying, "Okay, I'll check this side, you check the other side."
So with that, Zen0bian has full cleared sky and only found the Opal Cheerio, which means our options are quite literally Marsh or that one orphan red dragon chest in Volcano.
Our Hydras have Crack and Zap. Just to point out how lucky they have all those ribbons.
Yeah. Trying to do everything to insta-kill you. Thank God for 3 ribbons. And now's the time. Zen0bian is approaching the Bridge of Destiny. Get those blessed RNGs out in chat if you want to see our robot chicken friend.
If the game has any kind of mercy, we will definitely see that robot chicken friend. The robot chicken friend will whip out a turn 1 nuclear, because we all want to see that, right?
And Zen0bian gets through unscathed by robots. But never fear, people, one fine day is not very far behind.
One fine day, it's hot on his heels.
The warp that he has, he's going to be able to check this floor a lot quicker than Zen0bian did, being able to warp back and forth from checking these banks of chests. Meanwhile, Zen0bian pulls, Tiamat, Masa Swing goes off before the fast because that's how turn order always works. Double nuke comes out. Here comes the nukes and the swings. Nuke, nuke, nuke. Keep saying nuke. Just say nuke. Masa Swing. Nuke, nuke, nuke. Oh,
This
back with fire
is kind of durable.
Yeah, she's taking some damage out. Finally, the 5th or 6th nuke takes her out, though. You can only stand so long in the microwave. And don't worry, the knight has life too. Everything's fine. Everybody has life too. If you're alive, you have life too.
And you get a life too. And you get a life too. And you get a life too. Everyone gets a life too.
Cue everyone jumping around happy. And there we go. So that is all 4 orbs for Zen0bian. He is full cleared practically the game outside of Marsh, which is where I assume he will be beelining it to. Is he going to check the red drag? Oh, I thought for a second he was going, oh, you want life? Yeah, life's available as well to everybody. Don't worry. I believe it was level 2 or 3 in a learnable slot if it was at level 3. Everybody gets life.
When I was a kid, everyone was always telling me to get a life, and now I got one because everyone got one.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah, this has been a great seed. So, you're literally looking at a 75-minute full clear of the game, pretty much. This has been a clinic on routing.
So my prediction was kind of off. Didn't find either of those things in that first check. Didn't find anything in the top floor really. So
And
wow, the red dragon chest, the dream might be.
you know, we had both said at the start that the seed gave you a key very, very early on. And we said you're making checks in that area. You're gonna, you had the crown. You went to Astos. You took care of that. You were right in the area. Do you dip Marsh to check all of it because you already have the key? And neither runner did that. Which, boy, that could be. Keylock Marsh is one of those things that nobody wants to have to see. And get your Bless RNGs out now if you want, people. One Fine Day is making his attempt to pull the robot chicken.
They're getting just absolutely blasted by these stiff breezes.
Air for days up here. Lots of fighters as well. You know, if One Fine Day already didn't have endgame levels, he would probably be very excited to see all of those fighters and that, but not required at this point. They're both doing really well on levels. And again, you're at 115, you've found everything, you have the levels. This has been blistering, this pace. 10 hits for 745, Tia's still standing. We know she had like 1300 HP or so. She was a little beefy.
Oh yeah, this is one of the tougher TO1s I've seen for a while. And then Tia disappeared.
Just like that, 27 on One Fine Day's side, lights all 4 orbs. He's probably going to make his way over to Marsh now as well. Zen0bian finally here on the bottom floor, going to start clearing out Marsh. What do we have?
We have chump change, and not much else so far.
Yeah, One Fine Day, just as Jonathan Yoshi pointed out, just around 3 minutes, 20 seconds behind from when they both lit their 4th orbs, so here we go. This is Zen0bian has a lead, and if he can keep his pace going, he will be able to take this out first, provided he doesn't run into anything. One thing One Fine Day will have is that he is running a 3-man. He's going to have a few more levels than Zen0bian. I know he was at 27. I'm not sure what Zen0bian's at this time. The next time I get a look at his screen or when someone levels up, we'll see what the level difference is.
Apparently the Red D's decided to abandon their chest in the volcano and decided to move into Marsh just because they can.
One Fine Day going to go straight down. That's going to save him a few seconds because Zen0bian did clear topside first. So he's going to pick the one linked chest that's linked to one of the ones of the 2 chests in there. So he's going to pick this out. Zen0bian finds a white shirt. I guess that might be the final piece of equipment that anyone could ever hope for in this seed. And when I say final, I mean final piece of equipment that anyone could ever hope for in this seed.
We found everything else, so yeah, there's really nothing else to hope for.
I guess when you full clear every single chest, the probability of finding everything in the game is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that approaches 100%. Except for the fact that I think we're at a... oh, there's the slab in the last keylock chest in the bottom right-hand corner.
Bottom right keylock Marsh chest. We have slab to bottle to loot.
Not quite the trolliest possible thing, because you just, you get the slab translated, you go up to Lupa Lupa Land, turn that in, and then Guy is just kind of right there.
So, remember before I was saying all the magic you really wanted, the one thing we hadn't seen was Cure 4? Well, we hadn't been to Melman's magic, and there's Cure 4 sitting at level 5, so now we literally have all the magic that you could want at this point.
See, we visited the black magic shop, we just skipped the white magic shop. For some bizarre reason.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the magic, and the fantastic grind tiles continue popping up. Here's a gas D tile if you want to take it. yet again, he's just going to take it for the one time. But if there was ever a time you wanted to grind things, every tile in the universe has been here outside of Gurmedusa's and the 3-eye grind. That's about it. Every other good grind tile has been found.
Remind me to ask these runners for that silver platter I've been using back. I'm going to need to repolish it for next time.
Yes, Gregley, you are correct. This was a draft, though, so they decided not to go with the black belt. It went Zen0bian called out red, or pardon me, One Fine Day started by calling out red. Zen0bian countered with double red, and One Fine Day said, let's make it a red party, but threw in the fighter instead. So One Fine Day going to pick up his slab here momentarily. Zen0bian just translated and turned in his slab for his bottle. Going to make the quick flight up to Gaia here and then be able to pick up his loot, and probably around the 121 minute mark will have essentially full cleared this game and be entering Topher, which is an obnoxiously blistering pace. In Viz 2, the only spell that we probably may want that we won't have access to, but other than that,
we've got a white shirt. What do we need in Viz 2 for?
You've got a white shirt, temper fast, anything else. Speed and power will be the name of the game at this point. Just blast through it.
Like, if you really want in Viz 2, I'm pretty sure Ruse was a significantly lower level than that. So, I mean, just give that to your knight if possible, and there you go.
Yeah, I can't remember if Ruse fell in a learnable slot or not. I think it was level 4, which would put it outside the realm of the knight. But I can't remember if it was red learnable or not. Looks like One Fine Day is going to be going back and potentially checking that. Or just doing some last minute preparations, getting some things. And here we're going to see Zen0bian's going to be burning off some cabins and houses, rearranging the inventory to get it ready. And here he goes at 121, jumping back 2,000 years into the past, Zen0bian with a full clear of the game, essentially. Already into Temple of Fiends Revisited. This has been an incredible pace.
Opening practically everything, getting every key item, and having 3 loose items, and getting in there in a grand total of 80 minutes. That's like... I think that's a step beyond Jet. What goes beyond Jet?
Yeah, this has pretty much been a supersonic seed at this point. And not just like, and as we've said, they've gotten a lot of great magic. Their draft that they did could have gone horribly for them if there was no magic, but everything you could want for magic rolled beautifully for them. Everything you could hope for happened. But Zen0bian gonna validate. Oh man, he really wants to full clear. You know what? Zen0bian, you've checked practically every chest in the game. Go clear out the last few on carry and go to Vanilla Massa. Come on.
I mean, if you've opened everything else, why not, right?
Just to say you've literally checked every chest in the game, do it. Oh, but he'll have to say that he missed the red dragon chest. Darn.
Yeah, I wonder what was in that chest. Anybody
We'll never know.
We might know. If anybody runs the seed later, come back, tell us. We will be eagerly awaiting that answer in the FFR Discord.
Probably the 2 gold. Gee, that's exactly what I was thinking Cinema B. That was exactly what I was going to say. It's probably the 2 gold chest. The absolute most useless thing because they somehow galaxy brained that that's where it would be.
To be fair, I don't think we saw a max gold chest, so that just could be a dragon's treasure trove.
Yeah. Oh, well, he had enough had enough gold for the most of the thing in it. So the one chest in ice was checked. One Fine Day checked it. It was just a house. The one chest in Sea Shrine did get checked. It was gold, and that would also be correct. That one top right chest, there was one chest in the very, very top right room of Marsh, because neither of them cared because they got the slab before they checked that.
Hey, Elmar, did you see that lich?
No, I was thinking of chests, and that was, you know,
I didn't see it either.
something happened.
I saw it. It's gone.
Yeah, Bert, we found all 3 ribbons: Dragon Armor, Massa, Excal, Vorpal, Sun Sword, Aegis Shield. You know, whatever. Name it, we found it. This has been a legitimate full clear of the game. The only chests at this point that have not been checked, I was about to say, were these 2 on carry floor, but Zen0bian is going to make sure he full clears this game. I really hope he does vanilla Massa.
But we will still not know what was in that red dragon chest for a while.
Yeah. That's a little... I like it. Now, this is... unless we run into an absolute gatekeeper, woof.
If there's going to be a gatekeeper, it is not going to be a fiend at this point, I don't think. It's going to be something between where they are currently and the fiends. It's going to be some unholy, unrunnable fight where everything's just got death touch.
That is the one thing we didn't see is... actually, I don't recall seeing any real touch attacks from... what was it? Gerwolves with stone touch, I think, was the only thing we've seen, pretty much.
There are sharks with poison touch out there somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't really count. Let the raids continue. Speed Gaming coming in. Speed Gaming Prime coming in with 144. Welcome to the end of this incredible scene that's been put on. Kraken 2 smacking. But Nuke takes care of it. Yeah, this has been a heck of a seed. My name is Zen0bian. They're joined by Sunny in the booth. We've got Duchess for Kyle Sama tracking for us. This has been a great seed. This was a drafted party of 3 reds and fighter. All of the magic in the world was given to us. And this has been a full clear of the game. Like, I mean, an absolute full clear. There are literally 2 chests in the entirety of the game that have not been checked, and one is the red dragon chest in Volcano, and the other is that vanilla Massa chest just south of where we are. Carry chests were checked, validation chests were checked, and 1 chest in Marsh that was the last one that they didn't get to before finding the loose slab, which eventually led to loot. That was the only thing we were missing. Everything has gone absolutely swimmingly for him, so you guys have come at the best time right here at the end with a really close race. We've got Zen0bian pulling on to Tia 2. Tia 2 is hitting like a truck.
Zen0bian might be regretting not taking that Aegis shield when he had the chance.
Lots of Cure 4s, but he's going to need some turn order here. He's going to make... Oh no, the swirl comes out. This is bad news. He's going to need to nuke his way out of this. So here we go. This is turn order and nukes. Turn order and nukes. Nuke for 165. Tia reaches out, takes out that last one. Here we go. Can this nuke do it? No, 185. I think it comes down to this shot right here. Will it be enough? Nuke 350. Not enough. It reaches out. Oh my goodness. Zen0bian takes a wipe to Tia 2. One Fine Day in the lead. That Tia had some health and hit hard.
Yeah, that, I think Tia 2 might have, might just be, worse than Chaos at this point, but we don't know yet. We haven't seen Death Touch. Chaos could have Death Touch.
Yeah. Everyone simmer down with the commentator curse. We said something had to come eventually, though.
Hey, I
But
said it was going to be some random encounter. For all we know, there is something with Death Touch that was hanging out just behind Tia 2, just to really mess with Zen0bian.
they do have white shirts, and I think One Fine Day picked up in Viz 1. That he can, yeah, he did pick up in Viz 1 that he can throw around if needed. That was a really, really hard hitting Tia 1. It definitely had some HP. I wasn't doing my best to keep numbers in my head, but that looked well over 1500 at that point between all the nukes and a couple of massive swings that he got off before going down. So
I dare say that might have breached 2000, but my math isn't that fast.
yeah, I was kind of jumping back and forth a little bit. I missed the first few swings, welcoming everybody from Speed Gaming into our from their fantastic raid. So here we go. Now we got One Fine Day pulling Tia 2. We know that she's got health. We know that she hits like a truck. He's gonna go with the speed strats, and I don't blame him. Everything has been about this. Tia leads off a swirl. Big hits. Does some damage. Gets off all the buffs. So now that power bonk fast double temper. Lots of damage going to be coming out from this mass. The mass comes out 8 hits, 1170. Heal 3's coming out. Another spell that One Fine Day picked up that Zen0bian did not. Picking that up from the level 7 shop in OnRack. First slot available. Okay, Tia comes out. Now he's understood. Boy, oh boy, this Tia hits hard. Tornado as well. Nuke 105. Quad X strats coming out less than 300. No, so this Tia has health 603. We're up to over 2,000 now. Quad X has got to hit, right? 305. Boy, that fighter's reeling. Quad X terminated. Down goes Tia 2. One Fine Day steps away, makes it onto the Chaos floor. Gonna rearrange, put that Knight in the back. Life 2 for days, Cure 4 for days. Elects to go with Heal Pot strats. I'm sure we'll Cure 4 onto that Knight though. No, going to Heal Pot. Interesting choice.
When the game is this close, our runners don't know that the game is this close, but we sure as heck do. The heal pot stats seem bold, but One Fine Day may just feel that comfortable with where.
When you full clear a game in the speed you did, you have to. That is a fantastic final boss. So here come these invis stacks coming out. Got Temper, Invis, Thunder coming out from Chaos. That's okay. We've got 3 ribbons. We'll be able to resist a lot of that. Defense Sword. We got 4 stacks of evasion out of 6 on that already. Temper. Viz. Temper. Fight. First shot comes out 5 hits, 368. Not the world's beefiest Chaos. Only had 1 stack of Temper. Fast coming out after the Massa hit. 5 stacks of evasion now on that. Going with Temper. Fight. We got 5 stacks of evasion on that, about 4 stacks of Temper now. Massa swing. 9 hits, 1398. Chaos is in trouble. Big trouble. Meanwhile, Zen0bian about to take down Kraken 2, but I don't know if it's going to matter or not. That wipe to Tia could be the big difference. It switches to all offense now. Nuke 187. Nuke 176. Chaos is a little beefy. 9 hits, 1611, and that is it. Chaos is down. Get your GGs out in chat for One Fine
Day, wrapping that up with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 1 second.
Wow, what a fantastic race. What an incredible time to full clear this game. Literally missing, like, we did not see 3 chests in this entire game and a 132 finish. This was incredible. Now Zen0bian taking on Tia 2. Tia gets out that swirl, doing some damage to everybody. Non-elemental, doing real damage to everybody. Getting out Tempers, white shirts. Massa swing comes in 6 hits, 893. This Tia, we know it's got health over 2,000. Here comes the nuke, fight, nuke. We're all offense now. Time to take her down. 5 hits, 746. strikes back. That hard-hitting Tia still doing 200 damage to a well-armored knight. Nuke 348, good roll. Taking care of that. Nuke 131. Again, Nuke 124, not the best roll. Gotta get some of these up. 171, there goes Tia 2. Down.
And it looks like we're going to be joining the booth here very shortly by One Fine Day.
So here we go, Zen0bian. Final preparations, making his way up to Chaos. Ready to go. Pulls Chaos. Fast, temper, power, white shirt. Buff up that knight. Fast goes off. Temper goes off. White shirt goes up. Evasion stacks going up. Chaos leads off with Thunder. Not a big deal. Got the 3 ribbons. Did some serious damage to our non-ribbon wielder though. He's gonna cure 4 themselves and we're gonna go Temper, Power, and White Shirt. Fire 2 comes out. That really weak red mage squeaks on, which means that cure 4 is gonna get all, bring himself back up to full health. Power comes off. Temper goes up. Here we go. Lock strat's gonna try and hold this Chaos down. We know it didn't have a lot of evade or a lot of absorb, so not knowing that, but taking the preemptive measures to make sure that Chaos won't be able to get out of the way of this big incoming Massa swing. Here we go. 10 hits, 1487. Massa doing work. White shirt comes out again. Wait, fight, wait. Oh, boy, Zen0bian's feeling it at this point. 10 hits, 1376. That's 2800 HP. Chaos still standing. Wait, fight, wait. Here we go again. Third one, this should do it. 10 hits, 1188. Terminated.
And Zen0bian finishes second with an official SRL time of 1:35:05. I'm going to go ahead and bring One Fine Day into the booth with us real One Fine Day, welcome to the booth. GG, my friend.
Thanks.
That was an absolutely blistering pace. 132 between... You would have missed, I believe, 6 chests the entire game, pretty much. Like, that was insane.
Let me think what I missed. I didn't do TOF key lock. I didn't do Marsh top. I didn't do the red D chest. That's 7 chests that I missed, and I didn't do the one at the upper right of Marsh. That's 8 chests.
Between the two of you, we counted, we think, 3 chests that were not picked the whole game. Ironically, the red D was one of them that you both ended up orphaning. Massa chest and that one top right chest. You guys were on fire. The pace... Now, when you got that draft, you started out and led with a red mage, and Zen0bian counters with double red. Are you a little worried about that?
Not at all. I was thinking about just picking a 4th red mage for the lulz, and it would have been great for this seed because you get Fade Nuke and you get Massa pretty early. I don't know what Zen0bian did that I didn't, but I thought like 132 4th seed where I go to Marsh, which is I'm going to do last, obviously. I find that's pretty good times, but he was in there about 3 minutes earlier than I was, so I must have done something wrong or something different, or maybe I just took too many fights.
Yeah, you took a little bit of a grind early on, and that was quite literally the only difference. Was the couple minutes you spent grinding was the only thing. Zen0bian never stopped and went, and he ran into that brick wall of Tia 2 that unfortunately turns out hit like an absolute truck.
I did a grind?
Did you not? You took a few fights on... there was a tile early on that you did 5 or 6 little fights with.
Are you talking about the zombie, the whiz vamp? Because I took a few of those fights.
Yeah, I believe
but those were all half.
Yeah, like... maybe I'm thinking of the wrong. I swear you took
I think where I lost time was that my early game movement, as usual, has been sloppy. I knew I was cursing at myself. Don't take fights in the overworld. Don't take fights in the overworld. Learn to stay scum properly. I hate stay scumming.
Yeah, it was literally minuscule. Both of you ran. You, another one that would have been you ended up going and getting warp, which actually got you some time back because Zen0bian ended up routing. The big thing being that he got floater slightly earlier than you, because he ended up saving cash between all of the various key lock chests and such, and so he was able to get his floater with the money he had. His first time to Elfland, so before he even got to Crescent or Volcano or Ice, he already had himself up in the air where you had to go to Volcano, dig out the cash, and make your way back. So that would have been that probably would have been the 2 or 3 minute difference between it.
Yeah,
but we had a moment in Sky where you were both standing in the same room and basically said, "Okay, you take one side of the room, I'll take the other side of the room, and we'll see what's in."
I tried to put off Sky because I know Sky. That's the meme path these days, and I thought I was being clever by doing Earth early and then doing Sea.
Yeah, and I think that was we were kind of all saying the same thing, that it was like, okay, so the statistic play is to go to Sky. That's the one that would make just chest density and available chests and that, but you both did the same thing where you would to Sea and Earth prior to making your way over there. Was that just hoping, like, I'm going to make a little bit of a different play and hope that it pays out?
Well, there were 2 loose items out there to find. One was the opal was the opal bracelet, and the other was whatever led to the loot. And I knew if I went to Sky, I would be committing to a full clear. And full clear Sky takes a long, long time. So I thought, if the answer is in Earth and Sea together, the chests on the path to Lich are generally not out of the way, just the chest on B1 and that one chest on B3. So I thought, if the answer's there, or one of the answers is there, I get a huge leg up, and if I'm wrong, I mean, Earth alone isn't a lot of time. Then Sea is a bit more out of the way. I mean, probably one of the worst places to go, but since I did Earth, if it isn't Sky, I'd be behind a little bit. I actually was behind by a few minutes, and apparently that early floater... Yeah, I know it was possible to get the early floater, but I want my supplies. I went a little aggressive with supply buying. I went and bought 10 houses right away, and that was probably a mistake.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the only, that was what gave Zen0bian that little bit of the edge off the start. Like I said, it was just saving the cash from between Matoyas and Dwarfs and the key locks, various key locks and that. They gave you that key really early. They also gave you a crown really early. At any point during that, when you're turning that crown in and you're standing feet from Marsh, are you thinking, maybe?
Not with the canoe. There is... No, never Marsh unless I really, really have to. I mean, with Fade and Nuke, I can go anywhere in the world. I had the canoe from the start, so I was just going to turn the crown, do that little bit there, and that would be good enough for me. I was banking on the gold appearing in the other key lock chest that I was going to check because I had the crown, and that gave me the adamant, so I had that to check as well, so I could get all the dwarf stuff. But didn't work out. I mean, you don't expect a near max price floater, but it happens.
No, outside of that though, I would say, obviously, given your time, a 132, we've seen a lot of 132s just in the 2 loose pools, and a lot of times beyond that, you still have to feel overall really good about your game, and on top of that, really good about moving to 5-1. That means you're straight into the brackets. How does that feel?
It feels great because I did not want to do a play-in race.
So, any last thoughts from either yourself, One Fine Day, or Sunny?
No, just a thank you to Speed Gaming, Cecil, and the Tracker, the Restreamer, and you two, and GG the Zen0bian. I know he had to scoot because he's busy.
Yeah, unfortunate Zen0bian wouldn't be joining us tonight, but wow, you guys, this was one heck of a race. You guys put on quite the show. This was speed and precision pretty much the whole way through. If you ever want to watch a seed on how to full clear a game, this is a good one to watch.
Yeah, when you're done with that silver platter I handed you all that magic on, could you go and just wash it and return it to me sometime?
And with that, I think we're going to be done here. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed what you saw, check out the Discord. Join the Final Fantasy Discord. There's a bunch of things there that'll, if you're looking to either start running or just want to be a part of this or just knowing when races and things are coming up, find it on the Discord. Our Discord has everything that you could need. Give our runners a follow, both One Fine Day and Zen0bian. They were fantastic. They put on quite the show and really displayed how this game could be run. To Sunny, my co-commentator, to Duchess for Kyle Sama for tracking tonight. Thank you guys so much. This has been an absolutely jet seed with incredible precision shown throughout. My name is Elmar Zubermuller. I want to say thank you all very much, and to Speed Gaming and to everyone, and we will see you all again later.